Bombing, episode 19.
Welcome to Bombing, episode 19.
Episode 19, folks.
We have a very special guest today.
Hello, it's our Brennan. It's our brother, Jenny.
Are you? You want to try that one more time?
Hello, it's our brother, Brennan.
What's up? I'm Brennan. I'm the youngest of four.
I don't know how I fucked that up.
He's also the most jacked of all of us, and he is on vacation here in sunny Los Angeles, California.
That's why we got the vacation vibe.
Yeah, we got the
going on.
vacation search. So, gentlemen,
Cheers.
Cheers. It's a pleasure to have you.
That's right. Episode 19. This is a comedy podcast where we talk about stand-up comedy, bombing on stage,
And in real life.
and boy, do I have a story about bombing on stage for you this week,
Oh,
folks.
hey.
Let's get into it.
Hey, let's get into it.
Speaking of bombing, Brennan was a witness to this.
Yep.
I was witness to this.
We went and did 2 spots last Thursday night, like we do every week.
Mm-hmm.
And but this week was a little different, wasn't it, Hayden?
It was very different. I went on stage and ate a plate of shit.
A pallet.
I bombed.
He bombed.
You-
I
may have
bombed
bombed.
very hard.
Hayden bombed hard.
I bombed so bad it made me want to jump in the LA River.
But you know what else, though?
What?
So, I also bombed.
You did bomb too. We had a very bad night. That
It was
was
a very rough night.
that was very rough.
Oh, that night sucked. I don't know what happened. We went.
Because here's the thing, I've done those bits before. It was the first mic of the night. I don't know if we weren't warmed up or something, but dude, I just, for whatever reason, I just ate shit, and
So did I.
and then the more it compounds on itself. The more you eat shit, you just eat more shit.
It was so bad.
And I walked off stage, and I thought I was like, thank God I have one more go at this in an hour.
We went to Fourth Wall in North Hollywood first, and probably something that didn't help. That it was Chocolate Thursday, which
yeah.
we just didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah.
It was a Chocolate Thursday mic.
So it was like we were the only two white guys
Yeah,
there.
oh, it was bad.
And look, that's not. I've said this before. If you don't make the audience laugh, that's your fault.
Mm-hmm.
But none of our bits were like landing.
No, they didn't.
And
they didn't like us.
They did not like us. And look, they were great. They were very hospitable.
They were.
We do Next Up all the time in North Hollywood. That's run by Chocolates.
Yeah.
And so, and
It is.
and we have a great time there. But it's just, dude, for whatever reason, just that night we just fucking bombed, dude.
That might have been one of the worst bombs.
Yeah.
That I've had. And then so we leave that mic, and I was like, okay, that was rough. The first mic of the week, the start of the weekend. I was just getting the cobwebs off. On to mic number 2. We go to Badger and Jam. Bomb there too, bro.
I actually did all right there.
You did all right.
I did all right.
I did not.
Both you guys did better than the first one, though. I will say that.
We did.
Yeah.
But that was hard.
The first one was rough. It's like every time, and I've been riding off of a high for a while because for 2-3 weeks straight, I've just been crushing it.
Yeah.
And so I was like, dude, am I George Carlin?
Am I the best
Am
to
I-
ever touch a microphone?
Am I the next Richard Pryor? And then you go up, and there's always that one mic, and then you're like, no, I never should have gotten into comedy. This is the worst decision I've ever made.
I'm moving back home. This was
I'm
what a big,
gonna
terrible
drive-
mistake.
Fly back to Nashville. It's all over. But it's good. It's like a humility check. It's
Yeah.
like it lets you know, like, hey, shithead.
Yeah.
You're not hot shit like you think. You can
Yeah.
still fuck it all up.
And what's interesting was we listen back to our sets all the time, and it's funny. Like, I did jokes I've done multiple times. Mm-hmm. The best I've ever done on stage was at our show at the Comedy Boulevard a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
And I did the same jokes at these 2 places, but they fucking tanked. And then when the first one tanked, I went into the second one, and I did it with shit like I'm bombing energy.
Yeah.
And so I was like, instead of I was at the store the other day, and I saw these fucking bag of chips. That's confident. I was like, I was at the store the other day, and I saw this, bag of chips.
Yeah.
And it's just terrible energy.
I listened back to my set, and it's like I did the jokes poorly.
Yeah.
Like it was 100% me. It wasn't the audience. Like I did a subpar job.
And the jokes are funny. That's what's super fucked up.
But I couldn't make them. I didn't present them in a way that was funny, and I ate shit, dude. I bombed.
These jokes, it's so fucked, like bombing in the middle of a joke, because you're like, this has worked before. I've seen this work.
But you're not doing it the same way. Like
Yeah.
like when it's worked, you're doing it a certain way, and now it's like,
Yeah.
well, you bombed.
Freaking bombed hard.
Let's introduce B-Dog to the podcast.
That's right.
To the audience members.
What's up?
Brennan, tell us a little bit about yourself.
A little bit about myself.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the youngest of 4 boys.
That's right.
I am currently in college. About to be a senior.
Dude, that's
Hell
freaking
yeah.
awesome, dude.
Back in Tennessee.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Up there in the Knoxville area.
Yep.
Yep. And I lift weights sometimes.
He does lift
That's
weights.
what I like doing.
He's also
The heavy ones.
yeah. He's
Sometimes they're
he's
heavy.
the most jacked brother.
But that's not the only thing about him. He's not just a big pair of muscles.
No.
He's also going to college.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
That's fucking cool, dude.
How's the college life post 2020?
Post 2020,
Yeah.
you know, getting better. I
That's
know
good.
before the whole thing,
Yeah.
it was a lot of fun. It was
Yeah.
a lot of like brand new experiences.
Yeah.
I've never had before.
That's college. Right?
Hey.
That's college.
Hey. You know, then it started to go down around sophomore year, but my roommate and I, we've tried to make the most out of this junior year. So
Brendan and I went to the gym earlier today after work, and then on the way home, I was like asking him about like, what's it like living in Knoxville by yourself, like with your buddies. You know, you got a little place there, and that must seem so fun. And yeah, you were talking about how it's just so much fun, and I told you like it's always the most fun. Like once it's over, and you look back and you're like, fuck, that was so fun, dude.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I should have done more or whatever. But
definitely trying to make the most out of like being in the moment and stuff like that.
you got a cool little life down there, dude.
It's kind of cool.
You got your own little fucking bubble of a life down there.
What's the whole college experience now? Because both of us dropped out because we're idiots.
I dropped out before a year. I didn't even finish a year.
I
bro.
made it 2 years. I made it 4 semesters. I was like, fuck that. No, I'm gonna tell jokes. You know.
Yeah.
I would say the second 2 years or just like the first 2 years. Honestly, I obviously got like interrupted and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it's fun. I gotta say, it's pretty fun. The
bet,
classes
dude.
aren't even really that hard.
Man, you started
For me,
out
at least.
You started out slugging it in the dorms.
Yeah.
You did dorm life. Then you went to
Yeah.
like what was it? 3 roommates life?
4 roommates.
4 roommates? Oh,
Do you have a
fucking
house?
Roommates.
Did you have a house?
Nah, we just had one apartment with 4 guys in it, and then
And now
a
you're-
living room and shit.
Now you're down to one roommate.
Yeah, just one roommate.
That's
it.
the way to do it.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
That's a young
solid
man's game.
guy.
I had a house. I had a house that I shared
You
with,
did have a house.
with 4 to 6 other people. And,
That's
but
hectic.
dude, here's the thing. In the place that the house was, which I'm not gonna tell you assholes, it was a 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom, and it was kind of a big house. And dude, we paid like $250 a month for rent.
Yo, you're kidding.
Dude, it was dirt cheap. It was so cheap.
Holy cow.
It was so cheap, dude. I all I did was bartend, and then like go to classes, and like we'd pay our rent in cash, and like it was nothing mattered. Nothing mattered, dude. I didn't have a dream. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was just like, dude, let's do the fucking.
That was sort of the best part. Was that like that time like when you're living with your buddies not doing shit. It's like you're all losers, so like you can just be losers together.
Yeah, you are losers, by the way.
Yeah.
You are losers.
But you don't feel like a loser because we're all losers,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
No, it's like you're all fucking losers,
Yeah.
dude. And but you know, one by one, people start to figure their shit out. But those times are so crucial. And what's weird is my college years weren't the fucking year I lived in Chattanooga. It was those 2 years I lived in. I'm not gonna fucking say in my last house. You know,
Yes,
you guys know the one.
yeah.
You guys know the one.
Yeah.
You know, I went to fucking Chattanooga for a year, moved back in with Dad. That sucked for a year, and then the last 2 years
Talk
were.
about a wake up call.
Hey man,
Yes.
I woke up though.
Yeah, you did.
I
talking about that
I
earlier
woke
today.
up
You did.
in jail a couple times, but yeah, those are fucking fun times. I was telling Brennan, you know, I'm trying harder to appreciate like the time we're in and what we're doing right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like live more in the moment, because I'm always thinking like the next thing.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I'll be happy when
Oh, yeah.
this. I'll be, you know, I'm gonna be unhappy until I get this. But I really try for the past few months to like slow down and enjoy this, because this is fun. And like what you brought up, you know, people complaining about like the road and shit. They're like, or no, that wasn't it. It was people saying that like doing open mics. Oh, those were the times. Those were the times.
Yeah, I listen to like every comic that I look up to and that like I try to, you know, like take notes from, at least in what they did like step by step career wise. They always look back at like the right now.
Yeah.
The what we're doing, and they go, man, those were the days. And I'm like, this does not feel like the days.
This sucks.
This is awful, man.
I'm working fucking a day job
Yeah,
that I don't want
dude,
to.
it's day jobs in like 5-6 spots a week, like when you can even squeeze it in, like just doing open mics, like getting booked on a show once a month,
Yeah.
maybe. And it's like, look, like this is fun. This is the most fun I've had so far.
This is the most fun I've had in my life.
It is. I'm having the most fun, but I can't.
It's hard.
It's hard, but I can't imagine looking back at now and going like, nah, that's better than like.
No,
you know
no,
what I mean?
No way.
No way. It's no way. This is better.
1-bedroom apartment with Hayden instead of a tour bus
Yeah.
and a fucking road, you know, on the
Yeah.
road. No,
Yeah.
then was better.
That's why I don't like. And look, like maybe I look back at this exact clip right now and call bullshit, but like I hear comics bitch about the road all the fucking time.
I never.
And hold on. And they bitch about it when it's like that's their main source of income. Like they made it out of the matrix. It's like, you don't have a day job anymore. Hey comic, you don't have a day job. All you have to do is do these road gigs, and it's shitty and whatever. And all they do is bitch about it. And it's like, dude, do you understand that you made it out?
Yeah.
Like that's it, dude. Anything past making it out of that day job matrix is a win, no matter how shitty it is. And so I just like two things are possible. Either it's the shittiest thing on the planet, or it's the best thing ever.
Yeah.
Because those are the only two things that I get from that. They're like, yeah, I was doing the road and like my fucking flight was late, and I
had to stay at a hotel.
Dude, I had to drive out to Tahoe, and I stayed in a Motel 6. It's like, you're forgetting that you made it out. Hold on. That's the only goal. That's the whole stand-up dream. You made it out. You don't have a day job. You're doing this ridiculous bullshit job of like slinging jokes, and they're paying you enough to keep the whole thing going.
That's right.
You know?
Yeah.
What do you mean? That's like, I never wrap my head around that. It's like, you made it out, dude. That's it. That's all there is.
You have to. You're not a busboy anymore.
Yeah.
You understand?
You're not working at a liquor store. It's like, dude, you made it out. What are you bitching about?
But I had to Uber to LAX.
Oh, dude.
To what? To go live your dream?
Yeah, dude. What are you mad about?
Sorry. That doesn't sound like a fucking really bad time to me.
And look, I get that after a while it must turn into like a grind like everything else. But
It is hard.
It's gonna be hard, but like I would rather this be the grind than fucking going to work.
Dude, it is hard, but it's an easier hard.
It's an easier hard because you like to do it.
Hard,
yeah, dude.
Hard is working at a fucking airport with no dream. Just going, what am I even gonna do with my life?
Yeah.
That's hard. You know, fucking being successful at your fucking stand-up dream,
Yeah.
going on the road, opening here. I get to do a theater this week.
Yeah.
Open for fucking whoever. That's not hard.
The Motel 6 only had 3 towels.
Oh, did they?
Instead of 2.
Oh my god, that's quit then.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Fucking
then
get out.
fucking quit, dude.
I don't care, dude. I'll never listen to this right now.
I'll never bitch about the road.
I will
dude.
never bitch. I'll play bitch.
Dude, if I get the chance to do the road,
Yeah.
you made it.
You made it.
That means I get to go buy job.
I will never seriously bitch about the road. Oh my god, I had a layover and had to get on Delta, and then we go to the hotel, and then I went to a sold out comedy club and fucking got paid to perform.
Well, hold on. You're shooting a little far there. That's not the road. The road is like is like, driving up to Sacramento to do like 8 minutes for
Well, that's true, but
for almost no money. But
Yeah.
but the point is, if you can get consistent enough to where even if you're like dead broke at the end of the day, if what you're doing in stand up means that you can quit your day job, that's like my definition of making it. Anything past that is a pipe dream. I don't care.
Yeah.
But like do you understand that you made it out of the Matrix, dude? I never understood that whole like, oh, dude, it sucked, dude. They only had one elliptical machine in the. You made it. You made it.
The pool at the hotel had some weird hours I didn't like.
There was a Band-Aid that floated. I was like, dude, you made it.
The continental breakfast was from 6 a.m. to 7:30.
Yeah, dude.
I wasn't awake.
No,
Shut the fuck up.
shut the fuck up.
All right.
I'm gonna make a pop.
Yes, all right.
Holy cow! Already?
Yes.
Yeah,
Brennan.
dude.
Guys.
This is episode 19, baby.
I go fucking hard, baby. Yo, so something we have to touch on real quick.
Yes.
Ryan's got a date tomorrow.
Yeah, he
I
has
do.
a date.
All right, I do have a date tomorrow.
Let's hear the details on that. You wanted to save it for the podcast.
I did. I got a date earlier today that is set for tomorrow.
With a chick, right?
Yes, it's a chick.
Okay. Are you sure?
I hope. I mean, I hope. And I told both of them. I said I have a date tomorrow, and they said, "What? Tell me everything." And I said, "I'm not gonna say anything till the podcast." Okay. Nothing. This is true.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
2 days ago, I was at work, and I work at the
place.
At the place.
Yeah.
And above the, like, attached to the place is a hotel.
Yes.
And so I always eat my lunch behind it, outside on this little patio thing. I eat there every day. So 2 days ago, I go out and I'm eating my lunch at the place, and this woman walks and sits down to smoke a cigarette, right? Mm-hmm. And she's like, she's good looking, right?
Yeah.
I'm trying to word it like with the best like suspense. Tomorrow, I have a date.
Yeah.
With a good looking.
Yeah.
Australian.
Oh.
Okay.
Woman in her late 30s.
All right.
I have a date with an Australian MILF tomorrow.
All right.
That's true.
That's
That is true. That is happening tomorrow.
okay.
So I'm sitting there, and
I'm surprised she got out of lockdown to
Yeah, I don't know.
to go on the date with her.
I'm sitting there eating, and she comes out,
Yeah.
and she's like, "Oh, you work at the place?" I'm not gonna do the accent. You work at the
Oh,
place?
you look at the machine.
Oh, you work at the kangaroo place? You know what?
Did she sound like my Siri?
Yeah, she did actually.
My Siri's Australian. All right.
And she like Australian woman.
Yeah.
And she's sitting there, and we just get to talking, and she's like, "What do you do here?" I was like, this. I tell her all this stuff.
And she was like, I babysit kangaroos. And,
She was like, I fucking fight in the outback, something like that. And whatever other joke.
I work at Outback Steakhouse. All right, all the jokes out of the way. No, seriously.
So this is and we get to talking. This is 2 days ago. We get to talking, and I'm just like, "How long you here till?" She's like, "Thursday." And I was like, "Oh, cool." And I told her like I do stand up, and like I told her I like, my brother's here, and I got my brothers visiting and whatnot. We talk for like 20 minutes, and then she's like, "All right, well, I'm about to go take this tour like downtown or whatever." And so I was just like, "All right, well, maybe I'll see you around." And like I thought about it, I was like, "Oh, that'd be cool to like, get her number." But like I was like, "Nah, that's not gonna happen." So she leaves.
Cool to visit her down under, right?
Her down under, chocolate thunder from down under.
Yeah, chocolate thunder from down under, dude.
So she leaves, and that was 2 days ago. And then so I get off work, and I'm kicking myself all last night. I'm like, "Fuck, dude!" She was a MILF, dude. She was a MILF.
Yeah.
An Australian MILF visiting. So today,
Is late 30s MILF? Is that MILF?
maybe that's not MILF.
That's not MILF, dude.
But so she's not 40. I know that she doesn't look like 40.
Yeah, no, that's not MILF.
But she's not like 34. She's gotta be 38. Dude. I'm 38 is what in my head is.
Okay.
So I go to work today.
Yep.
And I'm eating lunch. I'm like, "Please come out, please come out, please come out." She never shows up. So then I keep taking the trash out. Like Like to
Like maybe you'll
hopefully, yeah,
see
to
it.
hopefully see her. I was like, I'm gonna take the trash out, and my boss was like, again, and I was like, yeah. I was like, yeah, I'm just working super hard with the trash today. I was taking empty bags out, dude.
Yeah.
And on the fourth time, dude, of taking trash out, she's sitting there, and I'm like, oh my god, like, hey, what do what's up? How was your trip downtown? Whatever. We get to talking, and I was like, well, like, I think you're really pretty. I'd love to hang out with you while you're here. And she was like, yeah, I'd love to. What's your number? She asked me for my number, dude.
Hey.
She asked me for my number, dude.
Cool, man.
So I get her number, and it's on like the WhatsApp.
When she calls you, does she pick up from a rotary like?
That's right.
Phone.
She it's the 2.
Yeah. Hello.
And so anyways, we get to talking, and so I get her number or whatever, and she's like text me, so I know, like, I got your number. Like, she was very like text me so I know it's like your number and we can meet up and whatever.
Did she only give you 10 digits, or was there an area?
No,
code
it was the real number. It was the real number.
Okay.
And so I
were the numbers upside down when she gave
any other Australian jokes?
That's it. I'm good.
You've covered kangaroos.
Oh yeah. All right. No, of course. Go on.
So I'm sitting down talking to her, and she was like, well, I said this. I said, I don't know. I didn't know if you have any interest in hanging out with a 25-year-old. And she was like, yeah, no, I don't mind. And I was like, you're very pretty. And she said, you're cute yourself. And I said,
hey,
bang. And she was like, what do you have in mind? And I said, what are you doing tomorrow night? And she said, nothing. So I said, I'll meet you here at 8, and we'll go to a couple bars I know. And that was the end of the conversation. Bang, I got a date.
Cool, man.
Tomorrow night.
Did she say I have to get a babysitter first, or what?
No. She's here alone.
Okay.
And she leaves Thursday back to Down Under.
Yeah.
And I'll never see her again.
Nice.
Very nice.
So you do not know how old she is.
I don't know an age.
Are you gonna ask an age?
Oh, I'll ask.
I wouldn't do that.
I don't care.
I'm
locked in, and so we've been texting for the rest of the day. So I don't know. This is a once in a lifetime opportunity.
Yeah.
That I was just given here.
Do you have to go to the gym and hang upside down from the pull-up bar to read your texts, or?
All right, what else?
Do they?
Hayden doesn't seem excited for me.
No, I am. I'm very excited for you, dude. This is huge. This is huge news.
This is big.
This is huge. Huge.
And so that's what I'm doing tomorrow evening.
When was the last time you were on a date? An actual date?
Brennan, as you know, I've been out of the dating game for a few years now.
Okay.
I swore off it because I wanted to get my shit together. We talked about all this earlier. I wanted to get my fucking shit together, and I did.
You
did.
You did.
And now I've been rewarded.
Yep.
With a hot Australian
39-year-old
in her late 30s who has a hotel room, which I will be late tomorrow night.
Word. Hey, cheers to that.
Yes, sir.
Right. That's fantastic news.
That's happening.
So next podcast, all 30 of you guys are going to get to hear how this went.
I will share the story on the next podcast. But I was walking around work with just the dumbest grin on my face, just like because look, not to get too weird. I know we're all brothers, but
no, it's fair. No.
I'm just saying.
Hey, man.
There is a fantasy every man has about meeting an older woman.
All right, maybe not every man.
Okay, sure. Maybe not every man.
Maybe like you and a bunch of other people.
Maybe just me. I could be the only one, but I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
Well, dude, I hope it goes well. That's a very strange and cool chance encounter.
Yeah, it was weird. It was weird.
I met an Australian woman in Prague.
Yeah.
In England, and I asked her if people from New Zealand spoke English. And she stopped talking to me.
I bet she did.
No.
Was it just a turn around and walk away moment, or was there a glare?
No, it was kind of like that. I didn't know, and I was trying to,
Darn.
I was in Europe though. I was traveling, man. But yeah, apparently people from New Zealand do speak English.
They do.
I figured that out.
Yeah.
Tune in next week, folks, to see how this date goes. And yeah, that's it. All right, I'm gonna stop talking about it.
B-Dog, you have anything on the babe scale? You got anything coming up?
Dude, no. I think I'm gonna take Ryan's advice. Go solo for a bit.
I think that's smart.
That's it.
I think
recently broken up.
Yeah, a couple months ago.
Couple months. Yeah, that's good. Focus on yourself, king.
Yeah.
Yep.
At the end of the day, it's probably what needed to happen.
Yep.
It is.
It sucks to say.
It is.
But
it needed to happen.
Yeah.
Because you know what? It was going to happen eventually. If it wasn't,
you're probably right.
If it wasn't, then it was in a month. It was in a year.
A year.
Yeah.
2 years.
2 years, which is worse.
Especially when we both we had no idea.
Yep.
What we were doing after college.
Yep.
Yeah.
So.
And here's what you should think about, which is the old me would have been toxic. The old me would have been toxic about it. But this is the new
open-minded.
Okay. I don't let a lot of shit bother me now, Ryan.
Yeah.
But the old me was toxic. So listen, it's good for both of you. That's what you should think.
Yeah, I think so. We're on good terms now.
Good.
We were close with each other for a very long time. It's
Good.
hard to just
it's good for you.
Break that off. So you couldn't really ask for better than that.
No, you can't.
No, it's good as long as it ended on good terms.
Yeah,
that's good, dude.
And that's so fucking healthy. I was telling you earlier, you're light years ahead of where I was at your age.
I was
that's such a healthy way to do it.
I was surprised how healthy-ish we both took it. I guess we were just both on the same page.
That's good. That's the way to navigate that.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's I was gonna say tricky, but that's a very exciting time.
Yeah.
In a young man's life is the high school girlfriend. They're gone. They're out of the picture. Like, what am I gonna do now? You have no idea. The world is your oyster.
I can do whatever I want.
And then you can fly out to LA and watch a homeless man shit on the street.
Right.
So you're living it, dude.
Yeah.
It's a crucial time when
it is.
when the high school girlfriend is gone out of your life and you're like, oh, I'm done with that. And then they start fucking all your friends, and now she's back. Now she's back in your life somehow.
What are you talking about?
And you're like, oh, I thought I was over this.
This sounds like a you thing.
I thought I was over this.
It seems pretty personal.
Why is she popping back up again? And it's a crucial point. It's a crucial point.
Yeah.
But that was the old me.
All right,
I'll keep that in mind.
Disregard all that.
Yes.
You and I have similar experiences with this. Yeah. There it is. Yeah. No, it's crucial to go out and especially as a young college age guy to go out and kind of figure yourself out before you get tied down or God forbid knock some broad up. Yeah, there you go.
Never.
It's crucial.
Very crucial.
No, but you're at an interesting point right now because you're a senior in college. You're single. You can figure your shit out, and now in your point of life is when everyone starts to figure their shit out or not figure their shit out. So people just start to branch away from each other.
There is this weird bifurcation of your friends' lives where it's like some of them go on to do the same shit, and then some of them go on. You're like, oh my god, you're a lawyer now, and you bought a house, and you're like, oh my, I have friends right now that are that are getting. I've been to friends' weddings and stuff now, and now they're having kids. And I have one friend that's buying a house. I don't know how the hell he landed that, but it's weird. It's weird. You are at a very exciting point in your life where it's all branches are available.
Yeah,
it's really weird, because
I bet
I have people from high school that I barely even know that I see posts on Instagram that they're married and have kids now, and I'm like, dude, you're 21. Yeah.
Yeah, no thanks.
It's very weird.
That ain't it.
All right, so Brennan, you wrote down a subject. You said that you were talking about mom and dad raising is different. What do you want to touch on there?
I mean, Ryan and I had this conversation earlier, and I just kind of brought it up, and he wrote it down. I was trying to think. It was weird because you are
27.
7 years, 6 years.
6 years older than. Well, gonna turn 28.
Yes.
So 7 years older than me.
Yeah, I'm not gonna tell you when.
Anyway,
Anyway.
you are 4 years older than Ian and
That's
I.
right.
And I feel like just in that time frame, both of y'all's like generations were completely different to ours.
No, you're right.
And also how I think mom and dad, raised us.
Yeah.
I
No,
guess,
you're right.
You know what I mean?
We knew a different. I mean, even Hayden to me, even me to you, and
Yeah.
Ian. Like it's all. We all met a different version of mom and dad.
Because I met
throughout the raising.
I met a version of mom that said, "Hey, Dad, I love you," and then you were born, and then it's like I'm gay now. It's like dude, there's so much. I'm not knocking any of it.
But that happened.
Completely different.
That whole thing, and dude, like that's totally like mom and dad's like. I have no business going into it.
Yep.
But it's wild.
Yeah.
It is
how
nuts.
that turned out. That's crazy, dude, isn't it?
If you had asked me, hey, what do you think is going to happen in the next few years? I would not have guessed it. I just wouldn't. I mean, that's just true. But, yeah, dude, I mean, and what I told you was this. I said, I think maybe you and Ian had more of a healthier version of mom and dad because it was a little past the divorce and it was a little more settled.
Yeah.
Like the waters are calm.
Dude. Look, dude. Both of them. I'd say this to their faces. Both of them were better parents after the divorce.
Totally,
They, like,
100%.
dude. Dad. First off, Dad was like a fucking nut job. Just an angry fucking ball of like hateful. Like he was crazy. And then after the divorce, he like loving, but he was literally like clinically insane. And then after the divorce, he kind of chilled out and he was like, all right, this is how you be a man.
I think that's probably when Dad found himself.
Exactly, and same thing with mom. Like,
Yes.
they became better parents after they were like, this isn't.
Yeah.
We're not. Nah, and then split.
Dude,
it was better. Like afterwards.
Those fucking years where like they were still like, married, trying to like work it out, like, and then like
Work what out?
I don't know,
dude?
and then like getting the divorce, like.
yeah.
Like those fucking years sucked.
That was the fucking worst.
I didn't even know who I was looking at.
Dude, do you remember hearing them fighting in like in the living room?
Yes.
And we would sit there with our ear to the
Yes.
door, and they'd be like, "Well, and another thing,"
Yeah.
and
Well, what about this?
What about this thing? And we'd hear like one of them walk upstairs, and be like, "Fucking bed,
Yeah.
go to bed, go
Yeah.
to bed, go to
Yeah.
bed."
And then we were sitting in the room just making jokes about it.
Yeah, just cutting up, dude.
Making
Dude,
jokes about it.
They were way better parents, like in different buildings than they were together, for sure.
And I stand by that. Like who Dad is now,
Yeah.
and who Mom is now.
Yeah.
It was better when they were when the water settled and
Yeah.
they were out.
The turbulence is what fucked it.
That was a rough time.
Yeah, it was the rocking of the wave. It was like the middle of it that like fucked me up. I was like, oh, this kind of stinks.
Because Ian and I were in like 4th, 5th grade.
Yeah.
I personally don't like remember those nights. We were probably already like passed out or something like that anyways. So I guess we didn't really experience those kinds of nights.
Yeah.
I think both of us can agree on we start memories like after the fact,
divorce, yeah.
Yeah,
going from house to house and stuff like that.
That's why you're not a comedian today.
That's probably why I don't make jokes.
No, look, dude, it was a hard time, dude.
It was rough. It was weird, dude. It was weird. Did you remember your?
I don't want to point too many specifics, but yes, I remember it all.
You remember loading the depression boxes into the back of the Jeep?
Every week, our parents did divorce week to week. That's how our divorce went.
Yeah.
They did week at mom's, week at dad's. So every week we'd fucking throw all our shit into a box. And
I learned the road lifestyle real quick.
Yeah,
living out of a suitcase.
that's
dude.
right. I can do the road. The road is no problem.
Yeah, the road's no problem, dude. It's the Jeep that's the problem.
Shit, dude. Fuck. Dude, that was rough. I remember, like, I just remember it all, dude.
Yeah.
And okay, here's what I will say about the divorce, and maybe this just goes for me, but it's something that really clicked was when you're. I can only imagine when you're raising a kid or kids. The kid's development is going up at a steady thing, right?
Or down.
No, come on. Elementary school, middle school,
Sure.
high school. So
As long as he survives the shooting.
I'm
done.
I was in 7th grade, I think.
Yeah.
I was in 7th grade, and I was like, developing, whatever. 7th grade, they start to get divorced, and shit at home just goes nuts.
Yeah, dude.
And I legit I don't think I developed. I wasn't doing all the shit that other kids were doing because I was so worried about oh my god, my home life is fucking crumbling.
Yeah.
What the fuck do I do? So I sort of developed I don't know. I found my friends.
Yeah.
Because all our parents were divorced, so
Dude, all of my friends, all of my true high school friends, all their parents were divorced except for one of them.
yeah,
Same
so
here. All but one were
Yeah,
divorced.
yeah.
So I don't know if your life is on a course or whatever, but I swear to God, I went a little off course.
Get a little off the rails.
Yeah, to cope, but then through will and fucking I don't know whatever, exactly 3 years ago, I fucking was oh, I'm gonna get my shit together.
Yeah.
So I think I developed late. I think I'm a late bloomer.
Well, you had a little hiccup there. In
I had a
between.
pretty big 4 or 5 year hiccup.
Yeah, in between getting robbed at a Rick Ross concert
Yeah.
and moving out to Los Angeles, you did a lot of growing.
Yeah, because I couldn't. I don't know, dude. But I think I think that sort of shit sort of stops you from slows you down, and then, the other kids were still going because they're
Nah, dude, I disagree.
their homes were fine or whatever. But and then I was just a little slower, worried about more shit, and then but here's the positive.
Okay.
Is now I'm fucking I just turned 25.
Yeah.
And I have a personality,
Yeah.
a real personality.
Yeah.
And now I'm doing my shit, and I think that's when everyone else starts to slow down with the kids and the wife and I'll just work for this company and then.
Yeah, I disagree. I think it's
Well, I'm just talking about me, so.
okay. I just think it's just something that happens, and then you just have to adjust and plan accordingly.
Is that for you?
No, I'm saying like the whole idea of oh hey, I was gonna be this, and then it
No,
went
not
down.
that I wasn't. Not that I was gonna be someone.
Yeah.
It was just we were all driving down this road,
Yeah.
and then this road started going fucking crazy,
Yeah, potholes, dude.
crazy,
Fucking potholes. Deer.
yeah,
Yeah,
deer,
oh, not
fucking
deer.
breakdown.
Deer.
Got to replace
Yeah.
the
The
transmission.
alternator's shot. We gotta. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
other people they're still driving down this road.
Yeah.
So, but then they start to break down, and my car is fixed now. I fixed my fucking car, so now I'm going, and that's how I envisioned it in my head.
What about you, B-Dog? What's your take on our parents splitting apart permanently?
How did that stink?
Again. Hey, yo.
You can't throw a question on someone like that.
Again, it was very weird because you said you were 7th grade?
I think 7.
So we were
I blacked out a lot.
8. So that means we were definitely 3rd, 4th grade.
Yeah.
Maybe probably 4th grade.
Yeah.
It was weird because Ian and I didn't really comprehend what was going on. I remember we would what was it? A couple days at school, we would go to the counselor's office.
Yeah.
With other parents or other kids whose parents were getting divorced and stuff like that to help us understand what was really going on.
Look, your parents don't love each other anymore. And the kids
And
just
it's your fault.
And it's
all
your
ours,
fault. It's
Okay.
because of you.
We weren't good enough kids.
If you had behaved yourself.
You bitched about bringing the groceries in, and now they're divorced.
Now they're divorced, dude. That's you.
Yeah.
You left the AC on one too many times.
That's right. You didn't clean your room, and now your parents hate you. That's not even true. No. What's y'all's favorite parents' divorce memory?
Yeah, email the podcast. What's your favorite memory about your parents yelling at each other at fucking 1 a.m.?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your favorite memory about, just staying up, can't go to sleep at night, but you have middle school tomorrow. Mm-hmm. And you're just like, fuck, I wish I could sleep, but my life is falling to pieces.
Yeah.
Moment.
What's your favorite story about like trying to figure out the Pythagorean theorem, but then also like just screaming in the background? What's your favorite story about that? Please email the podcast, bombingpodcast@gmail.com. I'd love to hear your answers.
It's so weird. My teachers in like middle school and like even in the high school, they were like, Ryan, your grades are slipping. Your grades
My life is slipping, lady. Do you understand?
Ryan,
do you understand?
Ryan, you don't seem to be really paying attention in class, and your grades are slipping. What's going on? What's going on? I have no structure. My house is built with no foundation. It's just fucking walls. What's going on? Hey, Ryan, you have a hard time paying attention in class. Tell me about that. My life is being destroyed. That's what's going on.
So you're going to turn in those papers, right?
Those papers? We can't afford a printer ink. Okay? All right, whatever. I'm just joking around.
All right. Do you remember shitting out of the window in Mom's house?
Oh my god, I remember that.
Do you remember being like, hey, how high could we dump? And
was it you that shit? You did the shit?
No, you shat.
It was me?
Yeah.
Okay, so they held me. I put my butt out a window, a second story window, while two of you guys held me like this, and I shit. Was it really me?
I think it was.
Was it me? I don't think it was me.
I feel like it was Hayden.
I think it was you, dog.
It may have been me.
I think it was Hayden. And then you said it was me, and I was like, "Boy,
no, really? You farted on the on the mega blocks. That was
Come on, that's a different story.
All right. Anyway,
you shit out the window.
I probably shit out the window.
You shit, and the turd
went. It did like an octopus slide down.
And there was a stain there for forever.
Yeah,
that's the kind of stuff you do when your parents are getting divorced.
Ooh.
You shit out the window, dude.
B-Dog, what do you think of L.A.? What is your impression of Los Angeles, California? You've been here, what, a week?
Basically a week.
This is your second time here, too. You came to visit us in 2020.
That was during lockdown.
I think it was 2021, but yeah, everything was locked down. Nothing was open.
Nothing was open.
Yeah.
And it
went
sucked.
to the beach.
They were hey-sirring you at the grocery store, so.
Yeah.
LA now, weird. Very weird. I was telling you earlier today, it's like, it's hard to like not be on edge.
Yeah.
Everywhere around here. Like
Yeah.
I took the subway by myself for the first time yesterday. I saw like 4 people on something. It was very weird.
Just tweaking out.
Yeah, ominous. But it also, like, I was like today I went to Hollywood and Highland and saw everything.
Yeah.
All of Hollywood.
Did you see the Chinese?
Yeah, I was telling Hayden I saw the Chinese.
Heck yeah, dude.
And everyone that is anybody is like has been there in that vicinity, and it's very weird to think about that.
You and Ian hiked up to Griffith Park too, and then you went to Mount
top
Lee.
of Mount Hollywood.
Or Hollywood.
You could
Mount
see
Lee's
forever.
the sign.
That's right.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool.
Heck yeah, dude.
Dude, the city is so big.
That's the thing.
So big.
That's the thing that I try to stress to people that like friends back home that haven't been here. It's like you have to understand, like LA is like a megalopolis. It's like it's whatever you think a big city is. It's bigger. It's huge. It's huge.
It looks never ending.
It's huge. Yeah.
Because like you always see downtown and you're like, oh, all the big buildings, and you know like where Hollywood is, and you're like, oh, that's like right next to all the big buildings.
Yeah.
And there's just buildings just forever, 360 around that mountain.
It just keeps going, man. Like out into the valley, it's just like it's a large place.
That's why I love Mount Hollywood, because you stand up there and you're looking, and you're like, oh, there's downtown. I can see downtown, and then just a sea of buildings. And then you see the sea. You see the ocean. You go, oh my God, that's the ocean.
Yeah.
And then so like already huge, right? And then you just turn around and you see, oh my God, there's the valley and there's the fucking whatever mountain that is that people go.
The San Gabriel.
Gabriel Mountains.
San
Gabriel Mountains. And you see all that. It's just nuts.
Yeah.
This place is huge. But what I told you was 80% of it doesn't matter.
You showed me today.
That's what I told him.
Most of it.
Yeah.
On this map, I
Yeah.
said this exactly. I said, this matters. Look at my fingers. This matters. This matters. And none of this matters. None of this matters. LAX matters.
I saw this like meme one time, and it was like like they were trying to overlay like the boroughs in New York over Los Angeles.
Yeah.
And they were like, look, Manhattan is like Hollywood, Beverly Hills, and Santa Monica.
Really?
And then like Queens is like, all that, doesn't matter. And then there's another one that was the Valley, and I was like, it kind of made sense.
Yeah.
It kind of made sense, but dude, I'll tell you one thing: New York City, scares the shit out of me.
Yep.
Dude, New York always like terrified me because I'll hop on like Zillow just for fun and look for apartments there, and it's like, hey, for $5,000 you can have a closet with like maybe a bathroom. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like New York's always seemed like so like hostile and weird. I don't know. I was always drawn to like LA.
Yeah.
From an early age, like as soon as I figured out that like the kind of punk rock that I liked came out of Southern California, I was like, oh, dude, LA.
Yeah.
LA, dude, Los Angeles. That sounds tight. That sounds tight. So I really do, for all the shit that we talk, I do love living out here.
Love it.
As weird as it is. But New York City, like that scares the fucking shit out of me, dude. That place seems so hostile.
When you and I started doing stand up in Nashville, we started figuring out about the Comedy Store, and
that's the other thing.
Yeah.
The Comedy Store is out here. All the best places I think for comedy are out here.
Yeah.
Like specifically the Comedy Store.
Yeah.
That place, like, I don't know how to describe it to someone that's never been there, but there's like this dark aura around the whole building.
Yeah.
Like, I had the privilege to go up there once. I did their potluck the first night that they brought it back, and just standing on that stage in the main room, and I'll never forget. I walked up. The host brought me up, and there's 4 steps up to the main room in the Comedy Store. The first 2 felt normal, and then I hit the 3rd, and they were like, "Please welcome Hayden Wyckoff." And I hit the 4th, and I shook hands with the host, Nick Schwartz, and from the 4th step to the mic was like slow motion. It was weird. And then I remember I grabbed the mic, and then I popped it out of the stand. And my first thought, it was still slow motion. My first thought was like, dude, Letterman, like Dice, Burr, Robin Williams, dude, anybody you ever looked up to in comedy had this same view at one point.
Yeah.
And then as soon as I like set the stand aside and like went to go do my opening bit, it rushed back to normal time. But it was like, it's just so weird. That building, there's something about the Comedy Store, like, and we're like entry level people, you know what I mean? We're still technically like open micers, but there's something about that building.
Yeah.
It's got those 4 walls, and that plot of land has this weird, dark, like aura to it that I haven't felt like honestly anywhere else that I've been. There's something about that place.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's very weird. It's got a very weird energy.
Hayden and I took a trip out here in 2019 that I wasn't even supposed to go on. First off, let's talk about that.
Hold on, that's the thing. So, my friend Jake, we were planning on taking like a cross country road trip, back in, it was like late 2018 or something, and and his car like shit the bed. He had to like buy a new transmission or something, so all his money for the vacation was lost. But I still wanted to drive out to LA. I wanted to see what it was about. And
you called me and you were like, "Hey, what are you doing?"
Yeah.
And I was like not much. I think I had done like 2 mics. I think even like I did one, and then like I think I did 2. You maybe did 1. It was like right at the beginning.
Yeah, the very beginning.
And you were like, "What do you? My buddy's car broke. He can't do the trip. I still want to go. What are you doing?" And I was like, "Nothing. I'm down. Let's go." It was just by chance. Mm-hmm. And then we take a trip out to Los Angeles.
We made it from Nashville to Albuquerque in one night. It was like 17 hours of driving.
Well, one setting, dude. It was nuts.
Baby. And so
drive out here in the Ranger.
We came out here and we stayed at the Motel 6 off of Hollywood and like I think it was Cherokee or something like that. And then we went to a show at the Comedy Store.
We made it. I know we were doing comedy because we made it a point to go to the Comedy Store.
We had done like 1, maybe 2 open mics together.
Yeah.
And
so we get out here and we go to the Comedy Store, and we were just like, "This is the place."
It is, dude.
This place rocks.
It is. Dude. This is 2019, and it's like, dude, just walking into that building, it was like it was instant. It was like, this is the spot.
2019. That was the height of like Rogan's run at the store. Like the height. That was the height of it. We take the trip. We sit on the beach in Santa Monica, the place we sit every time we go to the beach, and we said, "We are moving here." We were like, "I want to move here in a month," and then but we were like, oh, "Hold on, let's be realistic."
And we said
1 year.
In 1 year, because that's when my lease ran up in Green Hills.
Same.
And we said 1 year, we're moving here.
We go back to Nashville. We keep doing open mics. We get better. It only fucking fuels the dream of coming out here.
Yeah.
And like I remember, like, not even for like a millisecond, we were like, "Hey, like New York is also an option," and we were and we were like, "That's not even possible."
No, not for a fucking second.
Not even possible.
No, New York still scares the shit out of me, dude. I don't know how people do it there, dude. That's wild.
I don't get it, dude. Just I think like being raised in Tennessee and having like sort of like an open area.
Yeah.
Of like you can still like own a car and have like I don't know, just do certain shit. New York just does not seem even practical.
No.
Just give up all your shit, like all of it, for a fucking bedroom.
Yeah,
place.
for a closet.
Nah, I don't know, dude.
I don't know.
Especially for 2 of us, it'd be the 2 of us.
Yeah.
New York was not it,
dude. No, New York is where New York was closer. That's the thing.
Yeah, it was closer.
But also here's the thing. I don't know if we've told this story on the podcast before, but like 3 or 4 months after we moved out of the apartment where you slept in the living room, we were living in LA for like 3 or 4 months, and my old roommate, we're not gonna name names here, texted me and he goes, "Hey, the building burned down."
That's right.
No way.
Yeah. Have I not told you this?
I don't think you told me this.
Okay, so anyway, so we've been living out here for like 4 months maybe, and then my old roommate, who's a very good friend of mine, still is, texted me and he goes, "Hey, the whole building burned down in the middle of the night. He had to get evacuated, and the whole place burned down. It was some like AC condenser fire or something like that." And that made me think back to the very real conversation that Ryan and I had, because it was like
sitting on my bed, fucking crisscross, talking, being like, "Listen, are we doing this or not?"
Hold on, because here's the thing. Between Ryan and I taking the trip out here in 2019 and us actually leaving in August 2020, the pandemic happened, and like all of LA was like locked down and all that, and so we sat down and we were like, "Hey, look, let's just do it and just see what happens."
We considered putting it off. We were like, maybe we just hang here for another like 8 months.
Hey,
until this pandemic is over, because surely it'll be over then.
Surely, yeah. Let's just pause
2 years
later. Whatever, dude. I don't even want to get into that.
We were like, no, fuck it. Like, we made a plan. Fuck the pandemic. Let's go.
Do it.
We move out.
Got an awesome price on the apartment, by the way. You would not believe the apartment prices in 2020 for apartments in Los Angeles. But anyway,
we go with our gut.
We go with our gut, here. And then turns out like 4 months later, the apartment that we lived in burnt to the fucking ground. which means that if we had stayed and kind of like tried to ride it out, we would have been living with Dad.
We had to move it back in with Dad because all of our shit would have been gone.
Yeah.
We would have lost all our shit.
All my dude. It started at the unit like above mine, so like all of my shit would have been gone,
and all of my shit because I had to move all it into your
exactly.
apartment.
It would have all been burned to the ground.
We would have lost all of our shit. Like my safe was in there. It would have been probably fucking burned the fuck up, and we would have had to move back in with Dad. And like
the dream would have died.
You guys would have never come
restart. Like, hey, let's try to ramp it back up. Yeah. But then we didn't even know at that point COVID fucking lasted another year and a half. So maybe we'll wait a little bit longer. It's just like we fucking bet on us, dude.
It's that thing where it's like hey, now's not the right time to. It's never at the right time. Just go do it. And dude, anyone listening. I know the 30 of you guys that are gonna watch this. If you're thinking about doing something and you're like, now's not the right time, it's never gonna be the right time. Just go do it. If you have like some kind of dream that you want to go chase, just fucking go do it. You're gonna look like an asshole. You're gonna look like a big idiot for a long time. A long time. Just go do it. Doesn't matter, man. Dude, it doesn't matter. Almost nothing matters, dude.
All right, now we're at the email portion of the podcast. We have an email. It's bombingpodcast@gmail.com. Email us any questions, concerns. Tell us how your day is. Ask us relationship advice. Talk to us about your parents' divorce because we have a lot to say about divorce. Bombingpodcast@gmail.com. We don't look at it all week until live on the podcast.
That's very important.
That's right.
That's very important.
So we're going to check it live right now. We got no emails this week. Fuck, dude. That's 2 weeks in a row, dude.
Please email the podcast for sure.
Bombingpodcast@gmail.com.
Please email us your questions. We have so many answers.
We are so smart and so clever.
Hey.
And we have so much to say. Hayden and I could talk about any subject in the world.
Yeah.
Email us bombingpodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah.
Bombingpodcast@gmail.com. Email us anything.
We have a lot of answers too.
That's right. All we know is answers.
Yeah.
We're answers guys.
Yeah, like how late should an abortion be in Texas? I think we figured that out.
That's right. What's your answer?
2nd grade.
All right. So see, email us bombingpodcast@gmail.com and we will ask us a question, tell us hi, tell us we suck.
Yeah.
And
y'all fucking suck.
Whatever it is, we'll fucking talk about it here on the podcast.
Yeah. Anyway, that is concludes bombing. Let me try that one more time. That concludes bombing episode 19. Thank you guys. Thank you all, 60s and 70s of you that are listening. Thank you so much. This is a real fun thing that we do. We really enjoy it.
That's right.
Like on a serious note, please email us your questions. We would love to answer them.
Follow us all on Instagram. Go ahead.
I am at Hayden Wyckoff.
I'm Ryan _ Jennings.
And B-Dog, he has a fitness page.
I'm Brennan C. Jennings.
That's right.
There you go.
Follow me there.
There you go. That's all right. So that concludes the podcast, man. Hey.
That's episode 19, folks.
Yes,
Tune in next
sir.
week where our other little brother will be here. Ian will be here. Tune in next week. Can't wait to see you.
Next week as
That's
well.
it, baby.
All right, that's it. Later. Man, I fucking love doing these.